We have breaking news. Let's get right to it.
Past 24 hours, we've seen 34 new cases of COVID-19 here in Utah.
Following breaking news out of Utah, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake hitting just after 7 a.m. local time, about 10 miles west of Salt Lake City.
You need 100 to 150,000 tests a day.
For once in my life, I'm jealous I'm not brown.
That he's not me?
Yeah, that's what he said.
If you had my...
What is that?
Well, I thought it was
music?
him.
No, it's me.
We're recording, by the way, guys.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
That'll get you in the mood.
Your Stone Cold music?
That'll get you in the mood.
Yo,
You can stop it now.
My friend did a whole freestyle to this beat.
To the Stone Cold song?
Yeah, and it's dope.
Is it?
I'll send you a link.
You need to send that to me.
How long you been into wrestling?
Since I was a kid. Since I was probably 4 or 5.
So like 50 years ago?
Ooh.
Hey, salute, guys.
Salute, my friend.
Big shout out to Vita Tequila for sponsoring today's podcast. We are in the studio, and I got two friends with me. I got Angel from the other side of the Beehive. You're familiar with him. And we got Bad Boy Brian.
Hey.
Finally.
Do we have to say DJ in front of it?
No.
I feel like we're in the day and age where you can just say whatever like your name is.
Yeah.
Like we don't say.
They just accept it.
Yeah, like my favorite DJ, E-Flex. I don't say DJ E-Flex. I just say E-Flex.
Yeah, it's E-Flex.
Yeah, but
Salute, my friend.
Salute. That's nicely. Thanks for the brew, by the way. And you came through with the Michelob Ultra. To be honest with you, I haven't been on Michelob Ultra until you were like, try this, do this.
Not bad.
Because I had it on tap. The last time that I had it when I was at the bar, I was on tap.
Yeah.
And it tasted like water. It was horrible. It was the worst thing ever.
This one was?
Yeah, but the can one tastes way better.
I like the bottles too.
Yeah.
But this was draft. This was straight out of the tap.
Yeah,
straight out of Compton. I get
straight
it.
out.
Yeah,
Sione turned me on to this couple.
A man turned you on?
To pause. Are we doing that since we're here? Yeah, he had it at his birthday party, and I just noticed I'm still trying to do the diet thing, and I noticed the calories and the carbs, and I'm like, shoot, I get fucked up on this, so maybe.
How much weight have you lost?
This morning.
Hold on, let's back up.
Okay,
when did you start? When did you start taking this serious?
When I was probably right when I was talking to you, probably the end of last month.
Okay, so about 4 weeks. We're coming up probably on a month.
4 weeks. I am down to. So I was at like 375, and now I'm at like 352.
Nice
today.
Oh, yeah,
bro, that's great.
Trying, man. Trying. I need to. What I would do for a hot and ready pizza right now, though.
Fuck. I'd be craving that shit too.
Yo, why would you go for that one though?
I don't know. It's not even that.
Sometimes
That's what happens when you're on a diet. The shit that like you would like normally be like. Ugh.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes that. I mean, it hits the spot. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Well, it's not even up there with the rest of them, but I just want that.
Yeah, it's like I could get like a better. I could get a better like a Domino's pizza. But
you guys were at Domino's when Domino's was shit.
That's right.
Domino's.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Domino's
was
Domino's. Maybe where you were shit. But
where me there was that change.
Where me and Angel were working, we were a 5-star pizza joint downtown Salt Lake City.
That's because Brian was a manager.
I was a manager. He was making the pies. This boy could throw some pies. We were.
There wasn't no thrown pie.
We were one of the best. We were one of the best Domino's, and I would go to go home and order a pizza and get it from another Domino's, and I'd be just disgusted at just looking at it. I'm like,
remember how we used to moonwalk on the cornmeal?
Yeah.
On the corn.
He taught me how to moonwalk in cornmeal because he can moonwalk for real. Me, he was like, here, just do it on this. And I'm like, okay.
Yo, that's the name of this podcast. Moonwalking in Cornmeal. That's the name of this episode.
Yep.
That's funny.
Have you seen that one with there's a Michael, that was just a guy that is impersonating Michael Jackson in like Target or something, and he's teaching you how to do it, and he has a shopping cart, and he's going backwards, but he's doing it like piece by piece, and then all of a sudden it's like he like takes off in it. You know what I'm like?
No, I need to check that one out.
I showed that to Amy. I showed that to Amy, and I said, "Well, there you go. This is it." And she goes, "Nope, still can't do it." I'm like,
This is why I don't have my own podcast, because I don't know how to turn my damn phone off. Yeah, we're right in the middle of the podcast, and my phone's going off. Apologies.
You also got the DJ headphone going on.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you're not even wearing them. Why don't you just put them down? They're not on your ears. You can't hear nothing.
Because now I feel more at home with the headphones right here.
If you put them on, you can tell how much you're screaming.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry. You can turn me down on that board. I think it's technical enough that we could do that, right?
Yeah, you can.
It's a thing.
Pretty much. But we're leaving it.
Yeah. Yeah. Leave me all loud.
You're good because I can do it in post.
Okay.
So you've been on for 4 weeks.
Yes.
You're feeling good. You're losing
yes.
weight. It's coming down.
Yes.
You're doing the keto thing, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the keto, low carb. Yeah, I mean, I've doing the low carb stuff, trying to keep the calories down as well. In addition to not eating a lot of calories as well. So being very methodical about what I eat when I eat. I'm kind of doing like a fasting. I don't usually eat before 11 o'clock or so. So,
dope.
So,
why keto? Have you tried keto before?
Yeah, I did keto once before.
Dude, he killed it last time.
And I killed it. I got down to almost 300 pounds from probably about 380. And then I fell off the wagon and started just doing what I wanted to do. And kept saying I was going to get back to it when I could. And just not today. I'll do it tomorrow or Monday. I'll do it on Monday.
Yeah.
And
it's the biggest excuse.
Then I'd fail on Monday. One thing I learned through that whole ordeal is it's one day at a time.
Oh, yeah.
It's if I fail today, don't wait till Monday. Pick it back up tomorrow.
Yeah.
What was your heaviest?
My heaviest was 370. 370. And I was in a weight to give my current total. So, yeah. But I last time I weighed in, I was at 329.
Oh, cool.
So
that's badass.
I was really close to 3. I never been able to get to 3. I was at 315 was my.
It sounded like you tried.
That's right. This was right before my surgery.
Yeah.
So I got down to 315, and then just was lazy, right? Eating whatever the fuck I wanted. Those late nights driving home,
hitting up the carne asada fries with the Betos after the DJ gig and drinking all night.
Especially after your guys' gigs. I can see that happening.
And then drunk me always took care of sober Brian. So drunk Brian would always make sure there was a mixed breakfast burrito in the refrigerator for sober Brian in the morning to make sure that he was good.
Back in the day when Brian wasn't even DJing, we used to go and hang out like at Manhattan. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And then we would go to Skunk Cutter. Remember that shit?
Yeah, Skunk Cutter.
Cheese fries.
Cheese fries and a ham and cheese scone.
All the fucking yeast and bread you want.
Oh my god.
Yeast infection. Yeah. Oh wait, what?
Shit, it's the worst. Straight yeast infection. The worst thing that you can eat. I've actually been blessed, man. The bar that I work at, a bar named Sue, they have a really good menu. They have veggies, all the veggies you can fucking handle.
That was when I worked at Sky Bar too. They had that restaurant upstairs, Red Line, 13th floor, and they had some. I would eat from there all the time. I'd just show up and eat.
Yep.
And so yeah, I get that.
So they really take care of me. I tell them because it's literally like a community. Like they take care of me, I take care of them. I have a really good relationship with them. So it got to the point where the waitresses, if I'm like, yo, I'm hungry. I just drank. I'm hungry, and it's the end of the night. And then like they're like, no, Dre, you need to be good. So they'll pack me some like a veggie tray. With just like hummus and like carrots and celery. So it's better than fucking getting wings to go or stopping out and getting the Betos, right?
Yeah. Isn't it the worst thing to quit though? For me, it is. What? I've quit cigarette, like cold turkey. Yeah. I've quit chewing cold turkey. I've quit things that like salty things that basically put me in a hospital. Like just as soon as I bit that last one, I'm like, okay, I'm done. But food, I just can't, man. Food is like the worst thing for me to get to.
I don't want to take away from anybody's struggle, but for me, I mean, what I hear people go through that are addicted to drugs, same thing. Like, it's hard not to eat the wrong things, especially when it's in your house. And my kids eat, the pastas and the hamburgers with the real, and they want the mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is delicious. It's hard. And like I said, I'm not trying to take away from anybody else's struggle, but from what I hear of people going through withdrawals from drugs and trying to get clean off of drugs, it's a lot of the same things I feel about that. So yeah, it's definitely.
And then you try to manipulate your mind to be like, okay, like these wings are fine, but they're doused with a bunch of fucking sauce. Yeah. You're like, nah, but it's good protein.
Yeah, it's good. It's good protein. It's fine.
Okay.
It's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's only 3,000 calories.
But at the end of the day, we're gonna go get something to eat, right? When we're done.
Yeah, definitely. Cheat day. Day.
No, I appreciate you bringing the Michelobs though. Yeah. It's low cal.
Yeah, I don't know how much alcohol is in these things though. That's one thing I was just thinking about.
I think the shot took care of the alcohol.
4.2?
Probably
4.2?
Probably nothing for you.
It's 4.2, so it's like old Utah beer.
Yeah. You drink a lot, huh?
Wow, just call me out like that. I have a good tolerance to alcohol.
Have you ever tried going like not drinking?
Yeah.
He's done it too, right?
Yeah, I've done it. I've DJ'd and gone out and no drinks, no alcohol.
Did you see a change in your weight with that without drinking?
No, because I was still eating like shit.
I gotcha.
What I did, I don't like being that guy. I'm really bad because when I'm not drinking, like nobody else should ever drink around me.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. And
if you're on a diet, nobody else can have a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
My family does that shit to me.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm sitting there and I'm fucking having my fucking veggie toast, right? My avocado toast, which is fucking amazing, by the way. I fucking love avocado toast.
You know what tahini is?
Tahini?
Yeah.
No.
It's like that. I've been telling Justin to get it. It's like that chili powder thing. And the wives. First of all, the reason why I lose weight every time I want to diet, but this time, it's because the wife basically makes my lunch. But she makes just a whole avocado, and she cuts it in little pieces, puts it in like this Tupperware, and she puts that tahini, which is like a chili powder.
Yeah.
And dude, that thing is bomb. That's my favorite thing to eat. I eat it the last.
I need to go talk to that inspector on your thing or your boss and see how many times you guys went to McDonald's during the diet.
No, I don't go to. I haven't. I can't even remember when was the last time I went out to eat. Yeah. The pandemic took like half of that time too. But,
right.
But no,
I've saved so much money because of the pandemic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not eating out because it's like absolutely a pain in the butt.
Would you guys eat out a lot?
Probably like 3 times a week. We would.
God damn.
On the way
really
home.
Are rich.
Yeah, on our way home.
I know you guys are at least spending with 2 kids. You guys are at least spending $100.
Not a meal. I mean, we're not eating at fancy places. I'm talking about like go to like Panda or Burger King or McDonald's.
So what about 65?
Which, by the way, all that sounds delicious.
Right now. Sorry, it does. Some orange chicken right now. Oh boy,
Panda does sound bomb.
I know. I thought about getting some.
Let me ask you something. Is there a good buffet out there anymore?
Chinese Gourmet.
Is that the one on State Street?
And 45th.
What's the one we have on 56? It's an Asian one too.
King Buffets? Is
on 50? By Winco?
By the Winco. Yeah,
kind of like
by the Winco.
By Liberty Commons. I think it's called King something.
I think it's King Buffet.
I don't go to buffets very much.
You don't?
Nah.
Why?
I heard their meat's rotten. Now I heard it's expired meat. That's why you get it for so cheap.
But that's why it tastes so good.
And that's why you have to.
I never been there. Like the last ones that I've been to, it's been. What's the one on 35th South and right by the gym? It's not.
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral is bomb.
Yo, the rolls.
That was the last.
The rolls.
The mashed potatoes.
That was the last buffet I went to. I took my kids.
The chicken carbonara.
I took my kids to, and they thought it was the coolest thing in the whole world.
Oh my God.
We're all coming right now as we talk about food.
Like, hey, we got some napkins for Angel, please.
For real.
Just had a food orgasm.
I haven't had anything. When was your last cheat day?
I don't really believe in cheat days. I think that if you,
my bad, Retro Ray.
hey, no, I think that I haven't went over my calories.
Yeah.
So when you're saying cheat day, I'm assuming that means I'm going over my calories. It's going to be something bad, right? So I haven't really gone over my calories. I eat what I want. I haven't ate out. I had Subway. I had a Subway sandwich, or not a Subway sandwich, but a Subway wrap, which I checked the calorie count on those, and it was like 550.
Well, yeah, look at Jerry. Lost weight.
Fuck. Is he still locked up for child pornography?
He's still locked up.
Yo, but what's cheat day or cheat meal?
I try to only do one meal.
Yeah.
I find that I need at least that. I've been good for a month.
Yeah.
Good for a month.
So what does that mean though? What's being good versus a cheat?
Something that I shouldn't eat based on what I'm trying to do with my diet.
Like bread and shit.
Because I'm doing keto, things with carbs, you know.
But doesn't that throw your whole track off?
You fall off keto. You go out of ketosis.
So and then how long? Doesn't it take like 3 days to get back into ketosis?
2 to 3, yeah.
Are you doing the strips? Urine strips?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yo, my boss.
I don't do them a lot, but
my boss does that shit with his wife, keto, and they're strict with it, right?
Yeah.
But then the only time that my boss eats shitty is when he's at work and he's at lunch. So he says during like in the morning I have a cup of coffee, but then I don't have sugar with it, you know, and then I have a shitty lunch, like they will go have pizza or McDonald's or whatever. And then he goes back home and is straight keto again. And like on the weekends, they go straight keto. And he keeps losing weight, even though he has one shitty meal a day.
Huh.
Because that's the thing about this weight
different
loss
bodies too,
yeah,
right?
The body's fucking different.
The other thing with keto is it's not just carbs, it's calories too. You know, you still have to get into a calorie deficit to be able to burn, to lose weight. Even if you don't eat enough carbs, if you're eating, you know, a whole 7 packs of bacon every day, you're not going to lose weight because you're still eating way more calories than you need.
Now, here's the thing. Keto and Atkins, not too far away from each other.
Yes.
I've lost a lot more weight in a month in Atkins than in keto.
What's the difference? I don't even know.
I think it's just the fats, right?
I don't even know if there's a difference.
It's just the fats.
Like
when
keto,
you're eating a lot of fat.
I'm looking for keto stuff, I look at Atkins stuff too because there's low carbs in that. So, but yeah, it's definitely the same as yours, except for I can't eat any carbs, and you know, same with probably what you're doing with a caloric deficit. I still have to do that too. So anything that's outside of my diet is where I'm eating a bunch of carbs. You know, I only get like 25 carbs a day, which is
nothing.
Like a hamburger bun on a real bun is like 40.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you got to watch that too because vegetables have carbs too.
Yep. I don't like vegetables anyway, so fuck them.
What?
Yeah, I don't like vegetables.
How dare you?
I don't like
Are
vegetables.
you a picky eater?
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, Jazz will tell you that.
Why? What made you a picky eater?
I know what I like. Just like in life, bro. I know what I like. I like what I like.
See, I'm running into the same issue with my son. So my girl, she doesn't like vegetables. She don't like any vegetables. She don't like that shit.
Right.
I love them. Yeah. I love vegetables. You can give me eggplant, squash, whatever.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I hear you.
Pause.
With the eggplant. Jesus.
But yeah, you can give me all the vegetables, saute with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. I'm good. I love it. But my son, he's like, nah, I want chicken nuggets. I want McDonald's. I want mac and cheese. And my girl, she doesn't do the vegetables. And I'm like we got to be the example. Like if I'm telling him he needs to eat vegetables, like I'm doing my part because I'm eating vegetables. But babe, you got to do the same.
Right? Yeah, but this brings me to a good point. How soon is it to have so you're trying to make your kid eat vegetables? Is that what it is?
Not necessarily eat vegetables, but open his palate up.
So how do you guys would you guys be okay putting your kid on a diet?
Yeah, definitely. And it might not even be a diet. It might be I guess it would be a diet, right? But to better help him and to get in the swing of things now.
Yeah.
To get him ready for the future, right? right now he's in elementary.
Yeah.
Like his body's still growing. He's still gonna grow.
He's still running
This
16 hours a day, running everywhere.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen.
Right.
But I do the same thing, and anything, I'm the example. You know, I hate vegetables, but I'll eat them in front of my kids because I want them to eat them too.
Are they eating them?
Are you like, look, this is how you this is how you enjoy.
You see this Brussels sprouts?
Oh, fuck those, dude. Fuck those. Those are gross.
Yeah, I've never been a Brussels sprout
I
guy.
tell them I don't like them either, but they're good for you and you need to eat them. And
I'll beat your ass.
if not, you're grounded.
Yo, wasn't that fucked up? Like when your parents would ground you over some shit that they wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like fucking eat lima beans. Dad, you fucking have me eat lima beans?
I just see one lime bean on your whole plate,
Yeah,
Dad.
for real.
Dude, is that a thing here? But like back when I was a kid, you know, obviously back home, my mom was told by the doctor that I should eat a lot of grains. So obviously, you know, being Mexican, you get, you know, beans and rice and hummus or whatever, you know, like everything that has
That's the second time you said
Grain.
hummus on this. Yeah.
no, he said it.
Did you say hummus?
Yeah, I did.
That's the second time I heard hummus. I don't like
But
hummus.
is that a thing here though? Because all the grains have carbs. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's heart healthy fiber. I wouldn't say grain. It's more fiber, which is still grains, and it helps you digest your food. It helps with digestion, I believe. So yes, it was stressed by my doctor as a kid, even now, to have a good fiber diet.
Okay.
Whether if that's fucking doing the protein, or not protein, but the powder, the Metamucil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Type
yeah,
thing.
you got to be able to poop, man.
Yeah.
You don't want to. You don't want to get constipated, bro.
I'm at that age where I'm fucking taking supplements to help me poop.
Why?
No, I'm just saying I'm at that age.
Hey, he's at
like,
that age where he.
I could.
Well, on the diet, dude.
What does that mean?
Bowel movements are like non-existent. Like maybe every 3 days, maybe 4.
Really?
He's
Hell
super
yeah,
regular. Like on almost set. You could almost set your clock by my bowel movements, but now with on the diet,
Yeah.
it's like 3 days and
Without shitting?
Yeah.
without
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time I did Atkins, that's how it was, dude. I would shit like every 3-4 days.
That's not good.
And
Oh yeah.
That cannot be good.
But I think it is because you're eating everything that is protein. So your body's got to be absorbing, let's say 90% of it, of everything you're eating.
It's the cheese. You're eating a bunch of fucking cheese, huh?
Duh.
Yeah,
Love
see?
some cheese.
That's what it is. It's
Love
blocking your
cheese
ass
and
up.
Cheese is what makes this world go
My
around.
favorite thing to eat right now, and this is the lamest thing I'm probably ever gonna say in my life,
Sausage.
is a ham and cheese sandwich right now.
You
Yeah, for
would-
sure.
You would want ham in
With
your
the
mouth.
with the keto bread, tastes like shit.
Tastes like crap.
Tastes like yeah,
But-
tastes like hookers underwear. Yeah.
it has no carbs and it's bread,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah, you toast that shit and it tastes nasty.
I've never
dude.
tried to toast it.
Oh,
I'm not
dude,
even
don't
gonna-
even fucking.
I'm not even gonna try that.
Have you guys ever ate duck?
Yeah. I went up to one of those fancy restaurants up in the mountains.
I used to
once
work at a fancy restaurant.
trying to impress some.
I've had that lamb,
I've had lamb and
veal.
and
You have
gyro.
I used to
veal.
work at a place where they probably serve that crap. Huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Veal's baby cow, right?
Yeah.
Fucking nasty, dirty
Yeah,
fuck.
but you wait till you try it. We're like, hey, let's kill some of these
You R.
motherfuckers.
Kelly of meat.
Don't you eat it raw?
I don't piss on it. Dude.
Is it veal? Don't you eat it raw?
No.
You
Oh,
cook
you
that.
cook it?
You cook
Oh.
it. Cook it. It's good. I've
Should
had-
have cooked the ducklings that you saved.
Speaking of, oh, dude, did you hear me say that? Did you see the?
Yeah, I saw the picture. I liked it.
Tell the people you're a hero.
Well,
I don't think you're the hero.
Yeah,
You're not- did
I
you
am.
climb down? Was that you down there?
Well,
in the hole, in the picture?
I did go. So the picture of the guy that I took coming out of the hole, I was in there
Pause.
because that's where they were.
Right.
But so when they saw me come in,
Pause.
all the Jesus, all the ducklings went down the pipe. Pause.
So tell the people what happened. What happened? with it?
So this week, we were we were working inside of the stone drain boxes, which what happened was every now and then someone's not every now and then, but they have to be able to get in there and clean them in case the pipes get clogged or whatever. But whoever put the the stairs on the other side, the one that gets paved on, like on the other side of the lid. See what I'm saying? So now we have to go in there and drill holes and then put the steps. So we did that in about 35 to 40 boxes. Like it took us a week and a half.
Damn.
And so yesterday, there was a guy that came to us and he goes, hey, you know, there's some ducklings over there. There's the mama duck that is going, it's like screaming on this grade, on top of this grade to its ducklings that are down there. You can see them. And we don't know how to take it out. Like it's a heavy. I mean, you could take it out, but it's heavy shit. You know what I mean? And it'll probably be like, well, we don't want to get in trouble.
It's not like the Ninja Turtles where you just push that up and one.
No. By the way, I got a fucking thing about that. Ninja Turtles, as big as they are, do you think those motherfuckers fit in a manhole?
All right, finish your story, buddy.
Not Ninja Turtles is my shit, but
I know that's why
I was like,
you.
That's not possible. But anyway, so. I look at my buddy Chip and I said, you want to go save some ducklings and be heroes? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So we went there and we opened the grate, and some of the ducklings started going down the pipe, which it goes across the road that it's already paved on and going to the other box. So when he got on the other box, there was two. He grabbed one and one went down the pipe. So now it's in the middle of the road. Mm-hmm. And so I went on this box, but all I could do is basically kneel. Like I couldn't bend over. I couldn't do anything. I was just doing this, picking up a duck and put it in a bucket. I was doing this. So he went through the pipe. And meanwhile, while he's doing this, I'm like, if this motherfucker runs out of oxygen.
Is that a possibility?
Oh, yeah. Not only, I mean, how do I get him out? I can't even fit in the fucking box. But anyway, so.
About how far down are you?
Well, the box is about 4 feet into the ground.
Okay.
But then the pipe goes across the road. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just where basically the rainwater goes to.
Yeah, it's kind of like the spider hole that Saddam Hussein was in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't follow that, but yeah. And so we basically just picked all of them out. And then we gave him to the mom, and then a couple of neighbors were like, hey, let me get your number so I can buy you lunch one day. I can see where you guys are, and I can just bring you pizza or whatever. Then the other guy came up with like, I don't know, 40 or 60 bucks. It was like, here it is, have lunch on us. So it was kind of cool.
You guys took it?
Fuck yeah, why wouldn't we?
He ain't rich like me.
No, but I did tell him, I said, look, I'm on a diet, so I'm not going to eat, but.
I'm on a diet.
No,
I'll pay my power bill.
No,
with
but
this.
I told it to the crew. I said, well, I'm not. I mean, I brought lunch because I'm trying to be good. I said, you guys go ahead and eat whatever. So, and that guy Chip, dude, I have an episode of the podcast that I interviewed him. It's my boss, him, and me. And this guy's story is incredible.
Did you put that one out?
It's been out a long time ago.
Okay.
Right?
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah,
it is. Was that one of the bonus episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It is amazing, dude. This guy is suffer with
Have I met Chip?
PTSD. No.
Okay.
Suffer with PTSD, like bad. He couldn't see choppers. He would just.
Is he a vet?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
He used to be a jumper.
Oh shit.
Every single, there's a bunch of metal inside of this guy's body. I have a video I want to show you. We were working in these boxes, and one of the pins in his arm just popped out to the point that he can't move his arm anymore. So he's holding his hand and looks at me and he goes, hey, give me that thing that we always use, because we all know. So I go and get him a piece of like a plate like this, like that thick, just pure metal. He puts it on top of his arm and then he hits it with the fucking hammer. Puts the pin back in, he uses his hand again, and then it just keeps going. This guy is in his late 60s, I think.
Holy shit.
Or mid 60s. He does not stop. I don't care what. He's the one that crawled in the pipe.
Just
damn.
And then he's going.
That's one of those guys who you think your shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, dude, you got to listen. I got 2 hours. That was like our first big podcast or episode that we did. Well,
I was the first big one, but pause.
God damn. Let's check out this fucking guy.
Fucking big old ding-a-ling over there. Jesus. you pause or not. I don't care.
Measuring dicks over here.
So, Angel has been on this podcast for a while now.
Yeah.
It's my homie. And we've talked about Brian for a while now. Every time you come up, we talk about Brian.
Oh, yeah.
And about Brian's lack of starting his own podcast.
See, I knew this was a setup.
You know what? I
knew when I got the phone call I was getting set up.
You know what?
Watch, these motherfuckers keep having me on podcasts until I love podcasts so much that I start my own podcast.
Did you see how I started watching the TV? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm not even going to go in there.
First off, how small is this world? I mean,
Small as fuck.
Especially Small Lake City, right?
Small Lake City, yeah.
I mean, so I've known Angel for probably 20 years. You knew my girl back in high school days.
Yeah.
She's like little sis.
Decades.
She's like, man, Andre used to see me get into fights at school and shit. And I've known you for probably
5 minutes
since I got in here. No. Probably 10, 12 years now.
Yeah, a long time.
As you know, DJs and I mean
peers of the city.
Yeah, I mean, and then you met up with him and y'all got this thing going on. Pause.
Yeah, yeah.
And dude, I love it, man. I think it's
And I worked with your cousin.
Which one?
I'm not gonna say her name on here, but remember the one time you and your cousin, it's a female, came to her husband has the same name as him.
No.
What job? Can you tell me the job?
I'm not gonna say the job name on here, but
we'll go offline.
We went to a bar named Sue, and it was you, your cousin.
I don't think who the hell that was.
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah, we'll tell you.
That's just another connection right there. That's how small Lake City is. Is that I actually work with some of your family as well.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just super crazy, and like every time you guys are in the same room together,
you get jealous.
Yeah. Huh?
You get jealous.
Yeah. Because why ain't I invited?
The last time we got together and we did that podcast, he was like, man, I hate to call you out. He's like, man, I thought you were my wrestling buddy.
hey, I'm the wrestling guy here. Not Dre, okay? Not Dre. Dre don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing when it comes to me in comparison. But yeah, so I think that's super dope that you guys hooked up and you've been such a good ambassador to helping Angel and his podcast. Sure. I wish I would have thought of it before you guys figured it out on your own. It's kind of a dick move on my part because I knew you had a podcast. Yeah, I've done podcasts with you before. Yeah, and
I was actually looking at my old fucking Instagram, and because for those of you that followed me, that have followed me for this journey, on the Wake Your Ass Up show, we did we had our guests do the sound bites or the promo, right? This is Bad Boy Brian, and you're on with the Wake Your Ass Up show. Something simple as that, and it's on the Instagram, right? So I was scrolling through just this week, and I was looking at the old posts and stuff, and I seen yours. And I was like, damn, this was 2015, 16.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that far, though.
5 years?
5 years? 5 years, yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Really?
What were you doing 5 years ago?
It wasn't even legal yet. No.
Yo, is that what happens to a podcast that is not out there anymore?
It depends. For me, I took the shit down because I was paying for the SoundCloud subscription, and you have to pay for so much data and all that stuff. So I stopped paying that shit.
Yeah, for sure, makes sense.
They're like, yo, there was one episode up there, and I think it was our last episode. Excuse me, but I'm sure I can look into my documents and probably find all the episodes. Yeah. But it was cool. But you didn't answer the question about yours.
What about mine? What about?
I have nothing to do with this.
Oh, I know.
I absolutely nothing to do with this.
I feel like we should dead the GOAT right here.
Well, my big thing is, who am I going to do it with?
What is it?
I don't know. What is it? Y'all got all these great ideas. I'm just like hey, you should do one. All right, cool. I'll just do one. What am I going to do it about? I mean, the things I know about, I know about DJing. I know about wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yes, please. Those are the things I know a lot about. Enough that I could fill a podcast.
Thank you. Are you friends with Juggy?
Juggy, DJ Juggy.
Because he has the same fucking. He loves wrestling. He's always going to fucking WrestleMania and shit.
Does that teach me how to Juggy?
And
I know
he's a big CJ.
Yeah, I know Juggy. He, we used to be friends a long time ago, and I don't really talk to him like that anymore because we don't cross paths like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know Juggy. I didn't know he was a wrestling fan though.
He's a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, I know Poetic's a big wrestling fan because I've been over to Poetic's house to do WrestleManias at his crib. Or no, we went over to another friend of ours, Sione. Do you know Sione?
Yeah. The Club King.
Yeah, Club King.
Yeah.
Club King. He's a big wrestling fan, and he does podcasts.
Dude, after everything you've said so far, all I've been hearing is possibilities of who to do it with.
Yeah, exactly. He already knew.
Well, I'm just thinking about it now.
Nah, he knew.
I got things going on in my life that I'm standing decks and karate kidding it up.
Do you think you enjoy it? Wanted to go see on your deck.
Yeah, I'm trying to invite you guys to get my deck right so y'all can come over and see it. You know. Thank you.
Do you think you enjoy it?
What, podcasting?
Yeah.
I don't know. I did one once with somebody, with eFlex and another person, and we were gonna start something, and then never materialized. But I same reason why I do yours and why I'm doing this one.
But is that because of them or because of you? Why didn't it happen?
I don't know. Flex has it somewhere. I just don't know what he ever did with it. It's just us sitting, talking, drinking. We'd go over to Flex's house every other Sunday for a barbecue, and we just sit and talk shit. And one day they're like, "Hey, we should record that." So we recorded it. I mean, this was so far back. This was back when Kaepernick was getting in trouble for kneeling. I remember that conversation coming up. You know,
gotcha.
when that's how far back it was. But yeah, we were going to, and it's kind of the same thing with you. You wanted to do one until you found somebody to do it with that wanted to do it and was committed to do it as much as you were. You did it, and I don't know anybody that's as committed to doing one as I'm the guy that if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like back in the day before Instagram DJing was cool, back before everybody was fucking doing that shit, I did it once.
Yeah.
And it was not good, and I kept getting cut off by the Instagram, Facebook polices, and so if I'm gonna do something like that, everybody keeps asking me like, "Why ain't you doing no DJ live stream?" And I'm like, "Cause if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it the right way. I'm not gonna do this half-ass, where you stare at my ugly mug for, the next 45 minutes to 3 hours and watch me do nothing that's entertaining."
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be in the corner, small, with the videos that I'm playing for the songs that I'm playing, big on the screen, so it's actually something worth looking at, or find some way to make something entertaining behind me. And I feel like there's a lot of DJs that just grab their phone and set it up on a pedestal and hit play and then just start DJing, and it's like.
Have you offered to produce?
Produce what?
Produce the content that you were just talking about. Produce a live set, because it sounds like you know the technology, you know what to do. Yeah, you know how to make it look dope.
I've talked to people about it, and I'm like, hey, I heard about this new thing, and I've floated it out there, and some have said, nah, it's too hard, or I don't understand it, and I'm like, well, and I got a family and a day job, and I've got time to teach. I train all day long at my
hold
day
people's
job.
hands.
To hold somebody's hand through learning like OBS and things like that. Like
it's really not that hard.
It's not that hard, but you gotta want to learn it. I can help you set it up, and I can show you the right way to set it up. But you gotta have basic. I mean, I can't teach you from scratch.
Kind of like me with Angel.
Yeah, Yeah. I'm kind of an asshole.
But I do want it.
That might be why.
But I do want it.
That's why I can't get nobody to come over and look at my deck, because I'm kind of an asshole friend that way. Like,
I think that's why I gravitate so well to Angel. And I was talking to my wife about this, about how much Angel
coming on to me, bro.
Whatever you call it, how much he has a vision, and how he's like, look, I'm willing to wake up early, to go to sleep late, to learn this shit.
Yeah, right.
And I've seen the hard work that he's put in, and I feel like when you see somebody like that, you see somebody that has potential and they want to learn and they want to grind and they want to grow. You should put your energy into it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's just like with DJing. How many people have come up to you and said, "Dude, this is awesome. I want to learn.
I want to learn."
And then you're like, "All right, be at my house at this time."
Yeah.
You can't just show me right now? Nah, man, I've been doing this for 15 years.
Yeah.
And when I first started, I sucked. And I wasn't playing in clubs. I was packing up DJ Latu's equipment and carrying it, taking it home and setting it up in my bedroom and practicing all day long, and then packing it back up and hugging it to the club and setting it up for him like a roadie.
Yeah.
Just so that I could have equipment so I could learn. Oh, you just can't show me right now how to do it? I've been doing it a long time.
That says a lot, dude, because now that we're talking about this, talking about someone who wants it or not, back when Brian started getting in touch with all those guys that were doing the thing, you know what I mean? He was more of I remember, because we used to go to Manhattan every fucking Friday, and I got to a point when I was like, dude, I can't fucking do this anymore.
I'm surprised you didn't get shot.
But it wasn't. But that's out there to. That's there to show you how much it's not my thing. I enjoy the music as a musician. I enjoy a good DJ. Don't get me wrong, and the mixes and stuff. Like I'm all for it. But I'm not interested in learning. So because he started as a fucking go get this boy or whatever, started carrying all the heavy equipment and stuff and setting it up, breaking it down. And he used to tell me, I don't know if I'm making this up, but he used to tell me about times that the DJ would get done and he would just take off, and it would be his job without getting paid to break it all down, put it all away, and then take it to the station or whatever they used to be out, whatever.
Or take it to the next club and set it up. But, there was a lot of times that.
And
Latu will be the first person to tell you that there was a couple times when it was like, dude, I'm done, I'm out. And I'm like,
I used to have to do the same shit for Jello.
And I'm like, I got you, man. Don't worry about it. I got you.
But see, that's
every
the
time.
thing.
But now, this is something I'm gonna. Y'all keep pressing me on this podcast shit. I've been pressing this motherfucker on some DJ drummer shit. Because he's one of the baddest drummers I know.
Okay.
For years.
You want to go on there?
And he keeps giving me these excuses. Well, where are we going to practice? Where are we going to set up my drum set? Dude, I got a 5-bedroom house, and I've told him this. I'm like, I got 5 bedrooms in my house. I got one that all it has in it right now is a treadmill. You could bring your drum set over.
I've been there.
That treadmill definitely has dust on it.
I don't even know.
For sure. It's still folded down.
It's all folded up.
Yo, I'm gonna call that bullshit, because the only reason why we haven't done it is because he doesn't want to practice. He's like, why do we need to practice? I know how to DJ. You know how to play drums. Let's just do it. I'm like, no, bro, because we need to know cues. We need to know, hey, you know what? Let's work. Me, you, Justin, always make fun of me how much I think about things, how much I plan, and how much I want to put the vision. I want to put it on paper, just like how we recorded the episode. After I met with you, and this is how you do it. This is how you sync up sound with visual and this and that. All week today, like I did 3 clips with the one before the fight.
Yeah,
that I put that together, and then all week I'm thinking, how can I change what I already know to make it easier on me? Mm-hmm. That's like the easiest way to learn it, but maybe not the easiest way to set it up. And so now I'm like, okay, now I know the steps. Now how do I save me a couple steps? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So because of the thinking, he keeps saying, well, let's just do it. And I said, okay. And we had the place I think told you, yeah, let's fucking do it. We've never done that before. And I'm like, all right, well, let's practice. And he's like, well, we don't need to practice.
Like, how the fuck
But
you
that's the
don't
thing,
practice?
and you know this. Hopefully, as a DJ, you know this. Unless you're traveling doing that set, we're not going to be able to do the same set.
No, I understand, B. But if we have but listen,
this is our relationship. We're gonna have
if we have
a lovers' quarrel right here on the podcast.
If we have the structure of how this happens, then we don't have to do the same one, but maybe we'll do the same intro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm definitely down.
But
I'm still down.
Look, here's the thing, though.
We'll do it at Bar Name Sue.
You guys can. We can set that up.
Dude, 2 DJs in the
Two DJs
and they're set up for bands, so they got the little plastic shits and
2 DJs
all that
and a
shit
drummer.
for
Let's do it.
drummer.
I'm down.
But I agree with Angel in the fact that you need to practice because there are certain songs that he can get off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He can get off. So you guys need to put that 15 minutes or whatever. I don't know if you're drumming for the fucking whole 3 hours.
No, I doubt it. That would just get people like, yeah, this was nice, but it's been kind of loud. An hour and a half.
I think it needs to be some type of anticipation.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Brian gets down, he gets busy, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's some Tongan kid like come on and start drumming.
Like Dre, yeah.
Yeah, like set up. But yeah, I think that if you practice the songs, you guys get the track list right. You know, okay, these are the heavy hitting songs between that 12:30 hour or whatever, or 11:30 to 12:15 hour.
Yeah.
And you guys put that together. That gives you a chance to know what looks dope, what tricks to plan.
Yeah.
That gives you a chance to fucking, okay, what cuts can I put in here, or what drop should I put in here?
Exactly.
Right? Or what mashup should we put together right quick?
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think that we're gonna play the same pattern every day, but I think we should at least get together in your house, do it.
Let's go.
I 100% believe that it's gonna be just fine, but I think we should just throw it out in the house and be like, oh yeah, this is something, and then it doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna do the same songs, you know what I mean? But now I know, hey, when I do this. Now you know. Oh, okay. Let me show you. Let me throw this at you. Yeah. Or I see you doing that, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna change it.
When it comes to DJing, I'm super creative in the moment, and it's hard for me to duplicate the moment outside of the moment. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I have crates that I have set up with songs that I want to play, but I don't know what I'm gonna play.
But that's what I'm saying, B. If we get together, give me those moments. That's what I'm saying. I'd rather have that moment. I'd rather have an experience with that moment before I go out there and show people.
Yeah.
You know, I still don't know what you're going to play when we go to your house. See what I'm saying? Like, I still don't know.
I think once you guys practice, you guys will be able to flow off of each other.
Right. This guy over here talking about practice. Supposed to be an all-star DJ, and he over here talking about practice.
Do you guys, let me, this is a good question for me. Do you guys practice as it is?
I haven't, not during quarantine,
No.
I haven't practiced in forever, to be honest with you. And
I know
to be
you
honest
haven't,
with you,
right?
No, I had Flex came over and we.
Oh, did you?
I wouldn't call it practicing. I call it fucking around more than anything.
Jam out. So you jam out.
Where he would play. I would play a beat and he would put a acapella behind it, or vice versa, or.
Why doesn't Flex take his shit more serious?
Wow.
No, because I say that with all due respect. Flex, I tell Flex every day, anytime I see him, he's my favorite DJ. He's been my all-time favorite DJ.
You said that to me.
Dude,
all time.
Is he not like, is it not sickening how good he is?
He's fucking great.
Like, I hate him so much. He'll do this to me all the time. I'll be like, oh my God, dude, that cut you did right there, man, that was so dope, man. Oh yeah, man. Thanks, man. You know, I was really feeling that those two flares I did right at the beginning, but then that one click, and then you know that crab scratch I did, man. I was just so off, and I'm just like, shut the hell up, dude. All right, he puts together scratches like Mortal Kombat buttons for the fucking fatalities and shit. It's like, dude, stop it.
He's very technical,
super technical,
and I think that, and I don't want to. There's no disrespect to this, but I feel that Flex could be way bigger than what he is. I feel like Flex is like, okay, it's a gig here, it's a gig there.
I think he's gotten, and I've noticed this in myself. I think you get to a point where that's not the priority in the life anymore. You're still good at it. I can still rock a crowd like nobody, but it's not the priority.
Yeah.
My priority is my family. I have a day job that, pays all the bills and then some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
because from what I understand, I'm rich. So, I mean, I have to go talk to my accountant about that. But I think you get to a point where, like, you're happy being able to have the outlet to do that when you do. I mean, because forever I was doing one club and that was it.
Yeah.
And I was happy doing that. And now I do the Windover stuff every now and again, and I'm happy doing that. It lets me release that I really want to DJ. I need to touch some turntables. But then it allows me to go back and be not Bad Boy Brian, but Dad and Brian Molina, the manager, the boss.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Jesus. Fucking Raptor. I feel you 100%. But I feel that he has a bunch of tools. Like if Flex hit me up and was like, Dre, can you help me with some visuals? Or Dre, I want to do this. And I have the means, I'm going to help him out. Yeah. One, because he's my brother, but at the same time, I want to see him succeed.
Right.
He's a DJ that I feel does not get the respect that he deserves.
Definitely.
And so, and he got you in the tech shit. If he wanted to do a live,
he knows more about that shit than I do.
Well, I know.
He's a fucking engineer.
I remember him though. E-Flex, this is how dope E-Flex is. Not only is he a fucking all-star DJ at the radio station at the time when I was up there, this motherfucker wired the whole fucking studio.
Yeah, he worked as like one of the head tech guys there to wire the whole studio. He'd go up to the tower and make sure the tower was working. When the tower would go down,
Dude, the last time we were at your house with Amy, I think just a few days ago we were talking about it. Oh, we want to go to his house or whatever, because every time Amy goes to his house, I have to deal with it after we're done because she is so fucking drunk.
You gotta bring your girl over to my house.
And so she
don't drink.
We started talking about.
Okay, don't bring her to my house.
We started talking about E-Flex, and then Amy, she's so white. Amy's all,
how big is his dick?
Is that his?
Ouch.
She's like, is that his real name? E-Flex.
Yo, he got the whitest name though. Edwin.
Edwin Jackson.
Really?
Edwin is his real name.
God, I have an uncle named there.
I just call and that's me. That's you. And Dre, I've just known you for too long. I don't ever call you by your government.
No.
Because you've always been Dre to me.
Yeah.
So don't take what I'm about to say like it's a disrespect thing because I don't call you Bad Hair Day.
Yeah.
Jesus. But a respect thing with me to Flex has always been. I've always called him Flex.
Yeah.
We lived together for a while, and I still call him Flex.
Yeah.
I don't call him Edwin because I respect him as a DJ, just like I know Poetic's real name. I call him Poe.
Yeah.
Latu is Latu's real name, and so I call him Latu because that's his real name. But, I know Juggy's real name. I know Arakalip's real name, but I don't call him by that because it's respect to them and what persona and how much respect I have for them as DJs.
But I don't feel like you roll like that, though.
What?
You.
I don't roll like what?
Like you want to be called Bab O'Brien?
People call me that.
But do you want to be called that? Like what if I call you Bab O'Brien?
But you know me before Bab O'Brien, so you can call me.
Dude, back when I met
Brian
this guy,
is my name, so I mean you can call me Brian. It's part of my DJ name too. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Bad boy, what's up? Hey, how you doing?
Dude, when I met this guy, he was like, dude, can you as a drummer, can you, what do you say? Can you show me how to put two songs together?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I just remember getting the Planet DJ magazine in the mail all the time. And the most expensive stuff obviously had to be the best, so I just circle it. It's what I'm going to get when I grow up. And now I have two Technique 1200s and a Vestex Pro 08 Pro mixer and a couple other mixers. And
have you DJ'd out of quarantine yet?
No. I had some gigs right before the quarantine happened, and they shut down everything. But I haven't had any gigs outside of I don't think there's been a lot of gigs outside of quarantine yet.
Not yet.
I know my boy Ness is doing some stuff. And then I know Stario is doing some stuff. I'm gonna go down and check out E-Flex on this weekend.
Where's he at?
He's downstairs in Park City.
Is he still doing the Cliff House thing? Or the Cliff?
No, they closed. They shut that down as a club.
Really?
Yeah, they decided not to do clubs there no more.
What about you with Sue? Do you have any idea when? Or?
I got a call.
I hit him up about that all the time. I'm like, hey, this weekend, and he's like, nah. And I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, so
we should go see him.
It's cool.
And just judge him.
That's,
you know what I mean?
right, just stand there and go.
Nah, Brian, come through, come DJ. I'm a shitty DJ.
I'll come through anytime, man. I mean, it's just your spot's a destination joint. Like I'll go down
out of the way.
Yeah, I'll go downtown and like check out.
No, dude, you can get food. You can get food next door.
Nah, I'm at State.
I
might be at Highland too.
But
there's two of them.
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
I go downtown and I can like hit a bunch, just walk in walking distance or short distances.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes I'll hit breaks back when we could go out. Because it's on the way home, and then bounce off because I live out in West Valley. Yours is definitely a destination spot.
Yeah, it's way out of the way. I'm way east.
Like,
I'm literally southeast from where you are.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah. I remember when I was supposed to DJ with you guys, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, what was that? Because I remember that was the last time I seen you at Sue's. Was you and Jasmine came through, and you were supposed to DJ, and something happened.
I couldn't find nobody to cover. You guys had took all the DJs for what we were doing.
All the Titans, yeah,
the Clash of the Titans, and so I had nobody to back me up over at Sandy Station. Yeah. So I had to go do it. I could not find anybody that could do it.
I know he was mad too because we had E-Flex, we had Susie, we had all the Bentley,
all the homies.
We had
all the homies.
We were all DJing one night, Clash of the Titans. Everybody gets, I think it was like 15 minutes or something like that for 4 hours, right? And Brian shows up right before the gig and stuff.
Well, I had to at least come out and support because I knew I couldn't actually fulfill my obligation, and I felt bad about that.
So you still don't know when you can go play again, or what?
So I talked to the owner yesterday, and he's like, "Look, we're gonna keep it super low key."
What's the status right now? Are they open?
They're open
for like a few people, maybe half 50. Of the attendant. Okay.
So the state is held to 50 right now. We're in a yellow, which is 20 to 50 people gatherings. Still social distancing, which means 6 feet apart, right?
Well, COVID doesn't exist. Am I right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
so there's that. No more than 50 people in the establishment. So it's kind of tricky, right? Because as a DJ or as a band, as a club owner or a bar owner, you have to figure out, how do I have live entertainment knowing that I'm not going to get more than 50 people in here, right? And less than 50 people means they're not drinking at the bar, right? So
you're not making as much money at the bar.
Exactly.
So it's hard to pay the entertainment.
Exactly. So it's like your entertainment is going to be taking a cut, right? They're going to be taking a cut in pay. But it's understandable. We're not going to be at full blast with music because there's only going to be 20 to 50 people in the establishment. They're going to be spread out. So at that point, we're not rocking the clubs. We're not rocking the bars the same way that we used to. So we need to have that conversation of, am I going to work for 4 hours and get paid less? Yeah. You're definitely going to get paid less, right?
But aren't you the kind of guy, see, I mean, you've known me for years, and you've gotten to know me a little, like quite a bit now. I'm the kind of guy that you take care of me, I take care of you.
Absolutely.
Am I right? Yeah. But so if they were going to say, hey, just so you know, sorry, if they were going to say, hey, just so you know, we're not gonna be able to pay you as much as we usually pay you, but we can feed you. That's not gonna throw you off the horse, is it?
Look,
if they're good to you, that's
what I'm saying.
And I'm not trying to speak for you, but if a club is good to me, I mean, I'll take less money.
Exactly.
But
it's your way to help out too, isn't it?
If I'm sure if they wanted you to go do something and they offered you some
scratch,
some form of compensation on the back end, you would take it, right?
Well, look, here's the thing: is that I had this conversation yesterday, and I conversate with the owner all the time, and we built his website. Well, really, KJ built his website, right? I do all the photos. Well, we do the photos, and I do all the flyers. I might not even be on the flyer. It could be a band. I do the flyers. I will do anything he needs because we have that good of a relationship. Yeah. Even if he said, look, Dre, I need you tonight. Can you cover? We need to figure out something. I don't care. I don't talk about money with him. I know that he's going to be fair with me. He's never let me down. We live on an honor code, right? We live on an honor system. Anything I can do to help out, I'm down. That's how my relationship is with that bar. Right. Now, there are other clubs that's a different situation because it's all business, right? Right. Like we've won a lot of nights together at a bar named Sue. We've done a lot of business together at a bar named Sue. I've had employees that had babies the same time that I had my son, and they grew up together. So it's that tight, and so
that's nice, man. I like that. That reminds me of when I was at the Sky Bar. Just the owner taking care of you and the staff, and then maybe not so much the staff, but he took care of me. Yeah. And anytime I needed him to go to bat and do something for me, even maybe that wasn't super legal, now that it's probably been 10 years since I did that, to try to help me so that I could, get some grants to go to school. Yeah. He would make sure I was taken care of.
Don't talk about your drug dealing business in here, will you?
Yeah. That's why the Sky Bar is no longer around. Why did anybody buy that shit? It was a beautiful fucking club.
Well, I'm going to tell you because they didn't even want that club up there.
Red Lion didn't want them up there?
No, when Red Lion bought that from whatever it was before.
So what is it now, a restaurant?
I don't even think it's
That's
that.
the only thing you can do, right?
I don't know.
Cool of a view?
No, I think it's like office spaces and stuff like that. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I've never. You can't go up there without a pass.
All I can think of is like a party place, like a place you can rent for your party or whatever.
A bouncy house.
like a banquet kind of thing.
But like before, when it was the Peppercorn or whatever it was, they never wanted a club up there to begin with, and so to get that club out of there was something they were very happy about. They would fight with the owners. Man. They would fight with the owner all the time, and he just got tired. It was back when we had no liquor licenses, so he sold his liquor license and sold everything. And
there was a lot of regulars there too. Like they should have burned that shit down.
We should have. The whole goddamn hotel, huh?
Speaking of like rioting, right? You guys been seeing what's been going on in Minneapolis?
Yeah. Minneapolis?
Is that what it's
Minneapolis.
Called? Minneapolis?
Minneapolis?
Minneapolis? Is that what it's fucking called?
It's a small Appolis.
It's even smaller than the Appolis.
Yeah, dude.
It's like a suburb of Minneapolis.
There we go. Yeah, dude. Have you guys?
Yeah. What was George Floyd?
Yeah, George Floyd.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Did you guys see the video? The whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
What are your guys' thoughts on that whole situation?
I mean, sometimes I feel like how can I explain it? To begin with, I think they should be accountable for what they did. Not just the guy that kneel on top of them, but all 4 or 6 of them, whatever they are.
Well, they all got fired. But there should be more for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Than just the firing.
Yeah.
I think it's super. I mean, it's not the only time, man. As many people know, or may not know, my son is half black. My girlfriend and her son are black, and I've never experienced that here, but it's unfortunate that a lot of people do, and that people have to fear for their lives from people who are supposed to protect them, just because of of whatever reason they feared. Those cops thought that it was okay to do what they did, whether it's because he was black, whether it's because he was like 7 feet tall. your job is to protect those people, not to harass, not to beat up, not to hurt, not to kill people. That's not your job. And I think there's way too many. I've known cops that are amazing cops, but they're a very, very, very large amount, just as much as there's amazing ones that they have this chip on their shoulder and they think they got to use more force than is necessary.
Why was he getting arrested to begin with?
They said he was drunk and that he paid
in counterfeit money for something that he had bought at some corner store or something, and that he was sitting in that car drunk because it was a long time of him sitting in that car before the cops showed up.
Because the only videos that I've seen is the one when he gets handcuffed and put against the wall, and then the one when he's got the knee on top of him.
And so I don't know how much experience either one of you have with being handcuffed, but I have been handcuffed.
Yeah.
And when I'm on the ground, when you're on the ground and you have your hands cuffed behind your back, you are not a threat to anybody. Mm-hmm. It is very difficult to get up. You're probably not going to be able to get up, not without somebody being able to quickly put you back down on the ground. There was no reason for what that cop was doing to him.
Those handcuffs tight as fuck though?
Yes. When I got handcuffed, I couldn't feel my thumb for 2 days. Cut off the circulation to my hand, and to the point where I couldn't feel my thumb for 2 days. And that was the whole time I was in the back of the squad car being taken to jail. That whole time it was, and like I said, I don't know what your guys' experience with it, but I've been handcuffed.
Mm-hmm. I've never been.
You're not a threat to anybody when you got your hands cuffed behind your back. I'm sorry. Worst case scenario, he's gonna run taser that dude.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing that pisses me off about these cops. They have a taser and they have a gun. Why do you choose the gun when you could have made a different choice? That's a choice at that point. You have a choice to make. If you feel threatened that someone's going to kill you, great. Do what you got to do, bro. I would too. But if I had the option that I felt I was scared, but I wasn't threatened to a point where I thought that they had a gun in their hand and they were lifting it up, shoot that motherfucker. I get you.
Yeah.
But if he's running at you and you put bullets in this dude and you have a taser right here, I don't know if you've ever been electrocuted. You ain't no threat to nobody when you get tased neither.
You were tased too?
Huh?
You were tased too?
I was touched with a taser once.
I'm just going to take that sound bit. I was touched.
I was touched once.
I wouldn't call it like full on like deploy.
No, I think it's pretty shitty though, but I just don't.
This is why I don't have a podcast.
I just find myself like not having the exact words of what I want to express. You know what I mean? Like it's shitty. Yes, it is. Why are we in this position after all these years? You know, it's just like when you start seeing we're in a goddamn quarantine right now. You know, we all should be helping each other. We all should be doing this. We all should be getting together. You know, like the fucking slogan says, we're in this together.
Yeah.
And then something like that happens when the guy, you're obviously seeing a person that is not being like B said, he's not being a threat to anybody, and for someone to just do it, and then the motherfucking guy is telling you that's what I'm gonna say. Also, I every single video that I've seen doesn't have the volume of it doesn't have the audio of what actually happened, but you can see the guy saying I can't breathe, and then the other fucking cop is right next to him. So, do I think they should be fucking
doing what is right is not the responsibility of the person who's doing something wrong. It's also the responsibility of those cops that were standing around him.
Absolutely.
They could have grabbed him. They could have said, "Hey, yo," and I don't care if he's the sergeant or the major. There's been many times I've pissed off my bosses because I've cussed them the hell out because they deserved it. I don't care if somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be. And if the police department is breeding an environment where people are afraid, to do the right thing and stop somebody from doing the wrong thing because they're outranked, then that's a problem too.
What do you think, D?
I think that it was a murder that we seen on tape, that we seen on camera. We've seen this countless times.
Mm-hmm.
We just had one. We had a brother lynched.
Mm-hmm. What was the guy that the dudes chasing him down?
That's the one I'm talking about in Georgia. We've seen that on camera, right? I don't think there's anything that brother could have done that warranted him being strangled to the point where he couldn't breathe and get back to good health, right? Yeah. There's nothing that he could have killed somebody.
Yeah.
The police apprehended him. He was apprehended. He was down. He had the one on his neck and he had two others on him. At that point, as a public servant, you need to subdue the suspect, take him in. I think that it's really fucking, it's heartbreaking to see an execution anyway, but to see this happen in the fashion that it happened, to hear this brother, to hear the 7 people that are filming it and telling these cops, check his pulse.
Yeah. At this point, he says he can't breathe. Get
off his neck.
Yeah.
Get off it.
That is not a learned technique in the police department to kneel on somebody's neck like that.
No, you're not jujitsu artists. Like, you need to make sure that this dude is apprehended, which you did. He's in handcuffs. You got him. Now put him in your car and do the process. Do the process. Right. Don't stand on his neck. His neck looked broke. I would not be surprised if they came out and said that his neck was broke, the way that his head was. Mm-hmm. And then for the other officer that was just making sure the crowd was good, you're just as guilty. Yeah. As much as people want to downgrade, saying that he wasn't a part of it, that he was making sure his officer wasn't being attacked, I get it. I understand. You need to watch your fellow officers back. But at the same time, if you're a public servant, you serve the public, that means that you need to make sure that their safety is taken in regard as well.
Right. Even if it's against another public servant.
Yeah. If that's your sergeant, and that's another thing, like you said, it's a ranking thing. If that's your sergeant or your your one up, and you're telling them that they're doing something wrong, or you're telling them to look at this a different way, I guarantee you, if that other cop, the one that was telling the public to stand back, if he was to say, and it was caught on camera, and he was to say, hey, chill, chill, we would be championing that cop right now. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be fuck the police. It would be fuck this officer.
But but the problem is it's been that way since fuck the police.
Yes,
but this is what it's always been. Whether it's a racist thing or not, but it's always been, whether you're black, brown, Asian.
But it's also not fair to say fuck the police. Am I right? You can't put them all in the same category though.
It's really tough.
Is there what I'm saying is there one in each
There's
city?
A lot more than one.
But what I mean is, like, you can't put them all in the same poll. Am I right?
I think that
this is my main reason why I don't talk about this. Because I don't know how much trouble I can get just by opening my mouth. Because you can't just say, well, fuck the police. Is there people that do that? Is there people that maybe they just get off on having the power of arresting people? Is there maybe people that are racist and they get to do this? Yes. Is it fair for us to say, yeah, fuck the police? This is why we're going to turn the fucking city upside down? Is that fair?
It's not fair to the good cops. But are the good cops standing out against the bad cops?
Yeah, but that's the problem. Is you're just as guilty as the bad cops if you knew. I mean, from what I've seen and what I've read, and any more these days, you don't even know. That's not the first time that cop there's been something that has happened that has been suspect for that cop kneeling on that guy's neck.
Yeah.
That's not the first time. It's been years and years of cover-ups and good cops not doing the right thing to help that guy continue to make a living for his family, even though he didn't deserve it.
And I want to make this clear real quick, though. I do appreciate good cops.
I do too.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate cops that are out there to protect and serve, right? That understand the oath, that take the oath. They have a tough job. When they get to a call, they don't know if this is going to be a routine traffic stop. Routine. I say routine in quotations because I don't think there's anything routine about their job. And I understand the danger that they put themselves in daily. Same thing with firemen and paramedics. Like, they are our front line with a lot of things. We call them an emergency, right? If there's a break-in today, I'm calling, got to call the cops. That's protocol. I'm a civilian. That's what we do, right? But for the cops that have too much pride to lift their knee off of somebody's neck, because that's what it was. He didn't lift his body weight off of him because he was being told to, right? The civilians were telling him, get off of his neck. He can't breathe. If they didn't say that, he might have. But because they were telling him to do something, it's a pride thing.
It was like at one point I used to work at this club that a lot of the bouncers were cage fighters, and there were a lot of times things got way out of hand because somebody would, security's trying to do their job, somebody swing on security, and now it's not, hey, let me continue to do my job. It's, hey, let me fuck this dude up. Let me throw his head into an ATM machine because he hit me, and I might be the person that's supposed to be stopping this, but now I'm pissed off, and so I'm just going to fight him. And we need to stop as human beings from getting in a spot where if somebody does something wrong to me, I'm allowed to do something wrong to them.
Yeah.
That's not okay. If my pride is affecting my ability to make good judgment calls, then I need to make a different decision in my life of what I want to be.
So what's the latest with these cops? They got fired and then that's it?
One of them got arrested the one that was on his neck got arrested for murder.
Third-degree murder and manslaughter.
What about the rest? They just got fired?
They're so far fired. They're talking about, they're doing the investigation. Hopefully it's thorough. And they do. I mean, I don't think it's right what the protesters did either. I mean, like
that
I said,
thing is kind of iffy though, man. There's videos out there and things saying that the protesters, the looting was started by undercover officers.
Still doesn't make it right. I live by the code that just because, I mean, there's been a lot of people that have done me wrong in my life, and there's a lot of people that are doing wrong, and they're like, hey, you want in on this? And I've said, nah, I'm good because I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it right. Whoever started it, whatever reason they're doing it for, I get it. You're angry. I get it. You're mad. But I don't know that's right either, because now you're hurting people that had nothing to do with this. Now you're hurting the people that work at Target, and you're hurting people and companies and businesses that had zero to do with this.
Yeah, and hopefully it brings attention to this shit.
Well, that's another.
That's exactly why they do it.
And I get that.
We're gonna burn the fucking city.
And I don't know how I felt about them burning down the police office. I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like, they had something to do with this. Maybe that's justified. I don't know, but hurting in it, and it was even back as far as, I was still alive because I'm 50, fuckers. Back when they did the watch after the Rodney King thing.
Yeah, the LA riots.
I remember that as a kid.
92.
Yeah, I remember that as a kid. I was like, I don't know if that's really the right thing to be doing, but I get it. You're angry, you're mad, you're pissed off. Gotta, some people, I deal with my aggression differently, I guess. Maybe they deal with theirs differently.
Everybody's different. I think that this is bringing to light something that I think needs to be talked about. And you know, I wish everybody to be safe. If you are out there looting, hey, I don't have no judgment. I hope that you're safe. For all the officers out there that are good, that are actually protecting and serving, I hope that you are doing the right thing, and I hope you're safe.
Have you ever had a run-in with a bad cop or
Yes.
a bad situation with a cop?
Yes. Yes. And I get it. I understand. I get it that it's a tough job. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what's in my pocket. You don't know what I have. You don't know who I have around the corner. You don't know. You don't know these shit.
And you got to make a lot of judgment calls like that.
You do.
It's hard.
That's where I think that this, to be an officer, and I have family that's officers. I have family in certain places that are pretty notable in the law enforcement community. And so I get exactly what they're doing. I know the stress that comes with it. I know the stress on the family that comes with it. All I ask is that if you're going to take this oath, that you honor the oath, and that you realize that your pride needs to be set aside on certain things. In this situation that we're talking about, your pride was not taken.
Right.
You did not set aside your pride.
Right.
Your pride was stuck in his neck. And because of that, now you're facing murder charges.
Yeah.
And,
Good.
You know, hopefully the proper things happen within this trial.
Let me ask you something. I mean, I don't really know how much time we have. I know I have to go.
I gotta go.
I have to go and record to a podcast. Your kid is half black. Your girlfriend is black. You know, her kid is black. She gave me my black card. You know, represent.
Represent.
Dre, obviously your
Dre
kid,
tried to take it away.
Yeah, fuck Dre. Dre.
I still haven't give it back.
Dre, your
Jasmine gave it back to him the other weekend when he.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I'm gonna fight Jasmine.
I think Flex might have co-signed on it.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, so your kids are half black. How do you guys explain this situation to your kids? After
Mine aren't old enough.
Okay.
But I do
have to.
But I do
Good
talk.
point.
I do talk to them about, you know, and it's sad that I have to tell my kids, hands up. You know, you don't have to say nothing to the cops. Just put your hands up. Let them take you to jail. We'll figure it out. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to resist. Just, you know, my stepson, he's 16, and I've had that discussion with him. Don't resist. Don't fight. We'll figure it out at the precinct.
Yeah, my thing is don't talk.
Don't talk. Don't say nothing.
Don't talk.
Hands up.
Hands up. We don't
Keep
we
them
don't
where
talk.
they can see them. And it's sad that I have to tell my kids this so that they don't get killed by people that are sworn to protect them because they feel threatened because of the color of their skin.
I try to lead by example. When me and my son are out and it's just us, and you know, say we live in a community where we have to take the elevator to get to where, you know, my house. And so if we're on the elevator and there is me, him, and we'll say a white lady, right? I try to go out of my way to make her feel comfortable. I say good morning, I say good afternoon, I say good evening. I say, how are you doing today? Good. What's good about today, right? And I say it in a pleasant tone, just so she don't feel threatened. And I try to lead by example by doing that. It's not because I'm just a good guy. It's because I know what my skin color looks like. I know what shows she.
So how do you explain that to your kid though?
I do it by example.
No, but that's what you're showing your kid what to do.
Yeah.
But how do you explain to your kid how is he gonna be looked at because of the color of his skin?
I got blessed, so I got a white woman.
Yeah.
So my son is very, very white, and
King,
so
King is the same way. He's super.
He's been blessed, and I don't say anything about anybody else's melatonin, but my son, hopefully, does not have to be.
It's a melatonin. A medicine.
No,
It's your pigment.
It might be. It is a medicine though too that you take when you need to go to sleep.
Melanin. Is it melanin? You know what I meant.
Your skin tone.
Look, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go get my badass kids anyway. But I just wanted to close with, you know, rest in peace to Mr. Floyd
and anybody who you know, the guy who got chased down, I can't even remember his name now.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot more that we can't even name. So,
Trayvon Martin. Everybody, man. Everybody that has lost their life to senseless violence. I'm not going to specifically call out law enforcement, but anybody that has lost a loved one to senseless violence, you know, look at humanity, man. Try to lead by example, and leading by example is the way that you live, I feel like.
Yeah.
So if you're a good person, try to stay and put that foot forward. When I leave this earth, I want people to say Dre was a good dude.
Yep.
Dre did this, right? I don't want people to say, "Oh, Dre was a drug dealer," or "Dre, got my sister hooked on heroin," or whatever.
When you die, the only thing that is left is your memories.
Exactly. So, I hope that everybody that hears this, I guess, has some type of warm feeling to say, "Look, I'm gonna try to lead by example. I'm gonna live the life in a righteous way, and we'll kind of go from there." My man, where can they catch you at?
They can follow me and the podcast, The Other Side of the Beehive Podcast, on Facebook, The Other Side of the Beehive Pod on Instagram, and The Other Side of the Beehive on YouTube. And then me and my friend Justin doing the damn thing, man.
He's new to this, guy, so forgive him.
Yeah.
He don't know how to do the promo?
No, he don't know how to do it.
I just did it.
You can follow me and my friend Justin.
No, I said the podcast.
Hater.
What about Bye Boy? Give me your dates.
I got no dates. But you can follow me Facebook.
Practice Sunday night.
Practice.
And
I don't know. You follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all those stuff. Yeah.
Grinder.
Yeah, I got a Twitch.
You be gaming?
No.
Oh.
Trying to. I've had a Twitch since before that was cool too.
Oh, okay.
You know, might do some DJ stuff on there because they don't restrict you like the other sites do.
Gotcha.
But Mixed Syndicate DJs.
Is that even around? I see only Jarvis is pushing.
Jarvis, because it's global. It's not just a Salt Lake thing. It's we have creativity. We got people in Texas, California.
Yeah. But I'm saying out of Utah, I only see Jarvis pushing Mixed Syndicate.
Because he's the only one that pushes it. Love him, though. And check him out this Saturday on Twitch, the Mixed Syndicate show on Twitch, live stream.
And Brian didn't put his headphones on.
And I never put my headphones on at all.
It's all good. I got you on.
So he's going to fix me on post with how loud I am. He knows how to do that. We'll teach this guy.
Okay, guys, and you guys can check me out on the website, allrawk.com, ALLRAWK.com, on Instagram, Drerawka, DRERAWKA. And thank you again to the latest donations, Kay the dog, Kendall, John, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, Brandon, all the latest donations. I really appreciate every cent. Helps keep this content coming, helps me pay my bills and all that good stuff. So thank you to the donations and the donators. Donators, right? Instead of regulators, donators. But yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
You just did a Rough Riders thing too, by the way.
Oh, I did. Yeah. You guys can check out that Throwback Thursday, that reaction video. That was dope. But yeah, hope you have the day that you deserve. And until next time, peace.